Uzowa. This child literally hijacked my tripod. And now he's crying for my phone. Oh, I don't know what he's crying for. No, don't eat it. Don't eat it, Baba. Sis, poo, 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 poo. Yo, nayibona ke. Ngxaki. Nansi ngxaki. Nansi ngxaki. Hey. Okay. I finally managed to sit down. I was actually feeding him also in the process. Anyways, guys, welcome to my channel. If it is your first time here, hi and welcome. My name is Natasha. And I do hope you become a part of this family by clicking that subscribe button. For those of you who are returning, thank you for coming back. I really do appreciate it. If you follow me on social media, Instagram to be specific, you would have known that my family and I have relocated. I'm not going to touch much on that because there is a video that I'll be posting about our journey and how we got here. But today we're going to talk about, I'm going to be sharing my labor and delivery story. A few people did ask me about it when I posted that I was pregnant, my Instagram account. And when I actually did my pregnancy announcement, I had already given birth. And I think my baby was like a couple of weeks old or a couple of days old or something like that. I'm not sure. But in any case, the point of the matter is some people did ask me then to just share how I felt, you know, how was my labor and delivery and all of that. And I was like, you know what? You're welcome. I'm going to share, you know, because I do understand that in as much as there are moms who follow me and all of that, there's also people who are not moms and who are interested in knowing how do things go, you know, how you feel during the whole process and all of that. So that is exactly what I'm going to be sharing today. I'm going to try and I'm not going to rush it, but I'm going to try and be a bit quick because my little boss here might be a bit impatient eventually. So I'm going to try and be a bit quick. So guys, without wasting any time, I gave birth last year on the 11th of October. What am I saying? On the 4th of October at 11:11 in the morning to a beautiful baby boy, my little king. Ne? I call him my president. He's the president of my heart. And my boyfriend is the prince of my heart. Ne? So that's the day that I gave birth. And it was the most beautiful day of my entire life, actually. It was one of the most beautiful days of my entire life. I still remember how I felt. My goodness. To be honest, okay, let me not jump around. So what happened was I gave birth at 38 weeks, 38 weeks and 2 days. Yeah. And I remember I was so eager actually to do a what's in my hospital bag video, but I couldn't do it because I gave birth before I could even do that video. But I had already packed my hospital bag like prior to that, so which was good. So on the day I was in labor, I didn't have to be running around or panicking. My hospital bag was ready. Although I didn't give birth in a hospital. Okay, for those of you who don't know, I gave birth at a birthing center. So all my videos related to birthing and labor and all of that will be what I experienced while I was at the birthing center, because I did not give birth in a hospital. So yeah, anyways, I had already packed my bag, so it wasn't really a big mission for me to get myself together when I was in labor. I literally just had my little suitcase ready. But I think I will do a video of what I specifically packed in my hospital bag, and things that really helped me, things that I used, things that are unnecessary. And yeah, I think I'll do a video regarding that. But yeah, basically, I was at home, and I was already on maternity leave. Okay, so what happened was the 30th of September was my last day, and what do you call it? Incident. So I officially went on leave on the 1st of October. And then I remember the Sunday, I gave birth, I think, on a Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm not sure. I don't remember. But on the Sunday, we went for our maternity shoot, my partner and I. And then I went into labor. Literally, I think 2 days after that, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's what happened. So prior to that, I had experienced a mucus plug kind of like release, or whatever you want to call it. For those of you who don't know what a mucus plug is, it's just some stuff that comes out when labor is close. So that's what I experienced, and then I knew something's coming up. Yabo. But in my mind, I didn't think it would happen so soon. Yabo. So cool. I think 2 days after I experienced that extraction, or rather the release of the mucus plug, I then started having these weird slight pains, but it wasn't like anything hectic. It was like slight pain. Cool. And then on I think it was a Monday or Tuesday, I was at home alone. My partner was at work, and I didn't think that I would be in labor. So I'm busy sleeping there, and I remember telling my friends and family that previous week that, guys, I have a feeling that I'm gonna give birth very soon, which is why I had my hospital bag ready. I kept on telling them that I have a feeling that I'm going to give birth very soon, if not maybe even in the coming week. Then that day when I was alone at home, I felt like the urgent need to pee. Yabo. Guys, as I stood up the bed, I literally thought I was peeing on myself. Like, literally water started coming out. Like, the whole bed was like a pool of water. And after that, I quickly jumped off the bed, and then the water just went out of my vagina. Literally just went out of my vagina, guys. Like, I was just like, what is happening? So after that water started coming out, that's when I started to panic. I was like, oh my goodness, shit, it's happening. It's really, really happening. I am literally going into labor now. And then I remember calling my partner. No, these shoes are not for you. I don't know why you like eating my shoes with. Sis, poo, poo, poo. Then I called my partner and I told him, I was like, bruh, I think I'm going into labor. He was like, what? I said, yes, I think I'm going into labor. My water just broke. And yeah, guys, one thing about being a mom, you will look like you haven't bathed. These kids will humble you. But in any case, I called my partner and I told him that I'm going into labor, and my water just broke. I think he needs to really come back soon. I think he came back just 20 minutes after I called him. Yeah, he came home, and obviously he was panicking, and I'm like, I'm in labor. And then the pain started progressing, but it wasn't bad. It was just like, mild period pains type of like thing. Cool. So I called my midwife and I told her that I think I'm in labor. I sent her a video of when my water broke, the amount of water that came out. And she's like, okay, you're definitely in labor, but as you had practiced in the hypnobirthing sessions, when the waves come, they're going to come this far apart, etc. So just monitor yourself. And then obviously my dilation had to first increase before she could officially tell me to come to the birthing center. Then I think I was just guys. I asked my partner's sister to please come and be with me, because I was like, I can't take this alone. I can't handle this alone, and I think I just needed support. And I remember initially I did not want to have anyone during my birth besides my partner, because I don't want people stressing me while I'm trying to give birth. But guys, I think another thing I've learned is that what you plan before you give birth and what happens during that whole, time when you're in labor until you give birth is can change. It's not different, but it can change, it can switch, because your emotions before you give birth and your emotions during labor and up until giving birth are very different. So I think I had just a lot of emotions raging, and I was panicking, I was stressing, and I previously had anxiety, I had prenatal anxiety, I don't know, yeah. But in any case, I had anxiety before giving birth, because obviously it's given, it's your first child, you've never done this before, you panic, you're thinking about all these possibilities of things that could go wrong and all of that. Yeah. So I was like, you know what, I need someone to be here, and I need a female, I need female support basically. So then, with that being said, I called my partner's sister, and she was like, okay, she's going to be on her way. Yeah, and I think it wasn't even over an hour, and she literally came. So we literally sat together. They were trying to, calm me down. I was busy on my bouncing ball, doing exercises, walking around. I think after like 4 hours, the labor pains progressed, guys. They intensified, and I was just like, hey. They intensified, guys. They intensified. And then I was like, guys, I think we need to go to the birthing center. No, I'm lying. We actually went to the birthing center 4 hours prior to that. And when we got there, my what do you call it? My midwife was like, no, girl, usekude. You're so far from giving birth. I think I hadn't even dilated that much. I was probably still on 2 centimeters or 1 centimeter. She's like, you need to go back home, just relax, chill, and don't stress yourself. Okay, cool. And then I think she gave me a bit of I think it was paracetamol or some medication, to just ease the pain a bit. But it wasn't any like strong medication. It was like medication that you are kind of like given, during giving birth. But it wasn't like any epidural or it wasn't jalo. It was like just basic medication. So for pain. So then that's what happened. We went back home, and then 4 hours later, I was like, this is too much, honey. So my partner drove us back to the birthing center, and luckily for me, guys, the way things worked out for me, amazing. I won't really speak much about the birthing center, because I'm going to do a video of the whole birthing plan, the costs, and how everything goes in a separate video. But today I'm just talking about my birthing story and sharing that with you guys. So yeah. So in any case, my the birthing center was 10 minutes away from where I stayed. No, I'm lying. It was literally, I think, 8 minutes or 6 minutes away. So that was really nice for me, because I didn't have to be traveling a long distance, and which is why I was really calm, even when I was in labor, because I was like, okay, I know even if this baby comes now and I'm at home, I can ask my midwife to come and deliver the baby in my home. Sorry, Papa. Sorry, baby. So yeah, that's what happened. So when we got there, she was like, I think she didn't want to disappoint me, so she told my partner's sister that this girl's so far. And I think then I was like around probably 3 centimeters. But then I think she could see that she was like, okay, let us just admit you inside the birthing center, and then you'll just be here for the rest of the day. I think, yeah, we went inside. No, I'm lying. I think she sent us home. No, she actually sent us home. And then she said, no, when I'm around, I think 6 or 7, that's when I should come back. We went back home the second time, guys. Yeah. I get the pains intensified, guys. They were like period pains on steroids. Like, I thought people used to lie when they said labor pains are like period pains, but 10 times more worse. Literally, they intensified, guys. They intensified. And then I think it was around 6 or 7, in the night. I was like, guys, I can't, I'm done. We really need to go. Like, we really need to go. So I remember we took our bags and then we left, and I was like, this time I'm not coming back home, even if I have to be there the whole night. Yeah, but in my mind, I'm thinking I am gonna give birth very soon. P sana. Got there, and I think I was round about probably 4 centimeters, or yeah, if not still 3. I get the waves started intensifying as the night went by. In my mind, I'm thinking, I man, I'll give birth maybe in the next 2 hours or 3 hours. Yeah, 4 hours passed, 5 hours passed. I know, 6 hours passed, 8 hours passed, 10 hours passed. I'm like, when is this baby coming? That time, guys, the waves are intensifying. You literally go through a like you calm, and then something just happens inside of you. Then you're like, ah. It's literally like waves. Like, they are literally waves, guys. And then I remember, I think it was around 2 a.m. in the morning. I was still in labor. By the way, guys, I was in labor for 24 hours. I was still in labor. And in my mind, I thought I wanted to poop. Kanti, it's actually the feeling of, you wanting to push the child out. And I remember my midwife like telling me multiple times, don't push, whatever you do, don't push. Guys, I'm sorry, Shem, I pushed because I'm like, I feel like I want to poop. Yeah, guys, manje uzondiphinda sana, andizi, I'm sorry, andizi sana, not anytime soon. Nka screama, nkaluma, nkaluma pregnancy, guys. But yeah, in any case, the next day, I was still in labor. I think around 8 in the morning, that's when I think I started getting kamo 7 centimeter, 8 centimeter, or something like that. Then only around, what time was it? Only, I think, around 10 did I remember my partner's sister had to go to a funeral. So she left, and then she asked us to tell her when it's gonna happen so that she can rush back. Okay, cool. So ne? And then I remember I think I got to 9 centimeters or 8 centimeters, I think, around the end. So, and I remember at that time I was finished, I was done. And remember, my delivery was unmedicated. So I was not medicated, basically. I was feeling everything, like yongindo that was happening in my body. I was feeling it. And I remember I asked my partner if we could take a walk around the birthing center because I felt like I just needed some fresh air. And then he was like, no, it's fine. So during the process of taking the walk around the birthing center, I think that really helped. Because obviously gravity pulls is down, so maybe for some strange reason it really helped, because I felt like labor became more close when I started walking around. Yeah. And then walked around, and I remember we were sitting in the car. And I was like, no. I feel like poop is going to come out. And it's not poop, it's the baby. And I was like to my boyfriend, he needs to call the midwife because it's happening. Then she was like, no, you guys really need to come in quickly. We came in, she checked me. She's like, okay, you are in labor. You're literally giving birth now. I was like, ah. So my partner quickly called. No, he had actually called his sister already that it looks like it's going to happen soon. So she was already on her way. So then she... I don't know why he likes looking at me like it's his first time seeing my face. So then we went inside, then we started preparing for labor. So for those of you who don't know, I gave birth in a bathtub. I had a water birth. Initially the plan was to have like a pool birth, like one of those hydro pools, whatever. But I think I was very comfortable in the room that I was given. at the birthing center, which had a bathtub, and I'm not really big bodied, so I didn't mind. Yeah, but yeah, I had a water birth, and they put me in the water. I laid down, tried to relax, and I could feel that okay, it's happening now. Yo, guys, then I was up and down the pool, the tub, up and down the tub. I was like, okay, I feel like this baby wants to come out, but it keeps on pulling back and wanting to come out and pulling back. Then eventually my midwife was like, no, I must try standing, because obviously gravity is going to pull the baby down. So that's exactly what I did. I tried standing, and voila, baby came out. And he's here today, such a sweet baby. Yeah, and literally my baby just dropped, guys. I can't really show you guys the graphic video, obviously, because it's not something that I would want to share with the world. But yeah, I literally stood on my legs, and the baby just literally went out properly, and he was delivered on the 4th of October at 11:11. My sweetie pie. So yeah, guys, that is my delivery story of this little human. It was an amazing delivery, I won't lie. It was really like, it was a lot, guys, to be in labor for 24 hours. Imagine. And I always envy women who are like, they were in labor for an hour or 2 hours. I'm like, njani? But I'm not surprised, because I anticipated that, because I'm one person who always had painful period pains, like extremely painful period pains. So I knew one day when I give birth, vele, my labors were not going to be an easy one, because I know vele, when I'm on my periods, it's not an easy journey. So I wasn't really surprised, but it was a lot to take in. So yeah, guys, I gave birth on that day. It was the most beautiful. And weird enough, this is what I wanted to say in the start of the video, is that I was expecting this glorious moment when my baby came out. And, I thought I would cry. I didn't even cry when I gave birth. Weird enough. I think I had cried too much before when I was pregnant. But I didn't even cry. Like, literally, I took my baby out of me, held him in my hands while his umbilical cord was still stuck and all of that. And I just stared at him. I was like, oh, that's it. This is the person. He's here. Like, I literally couldn't believe that it was that quick. Like, it was done. Like, he's here. And yeah. So, yeah, but it was one of the most beautiful days of my entire life. And I'll forever cherish it and be grateful for it. Yeah, guys, so that was my labor and delivery story. Was such a simple, straightforward. It wasn't dramatic or anything like that. I wasn't asking for food or screaming at people. And I think what I really loved is that my midwife and my doula were very supportive. I would literally just go to any one of them and throw myself. I would throw myself to my partner. I would throw myself to my partner's sister, and everyone would just open their arms or do whatever they needed to do, rub me or massage me or hug me, or whatever they needed to do to make sure that I felt better. So I was really blessed in that aspect, that I really had the support, and it was really such a peaceful, carefree, and just peaceful birth, man. And that's exactly what I wanted, which is why I didn't want to give birth at a hospital, because I didn't want to be pressurized, and I didn't want to feel like I'm giving birth under pressure, and I didn't want to not experience or be in the moment or feel the moment that was happening in my life, because I felt like if I'm in hospital, everything might be rushed and they might end up wanting to give me a C-section, and I didn't want that. So I just prayed to God about it, and I was like, God, you know my birthing plan, you know my desire. I just want to give birth in a dark room, and I just want to have some candles on, have my close people next to me, and have some worship music on and some hypnobirthing sounds on, and that's all that I wanted, and that's exactly what I got. And I'm so grateful to God, even though I was in labor for 24 hours, but I'm grateful to God that I got the birthing, I got the birth that I wanted. So yeah, guys, people often ask me, like, why did I choose like hypnobirthing and like a water birth, and why did I choose to give birth at a birthing center. And I always tell people that like I didn't want to give birth at a hospital, for many reasons. And the I think the most important reason was that I wanted to have a peaceful birth. I wanted my baby to come in his time, and I didn't want to be medicated, and I didn't want to give birth via C-section. I literally just wanted to give birth naturally and for personal reasons. So yeah, was I scared? Yes. Was I anxious? Yes. Did I have bad thoughts, about what if I lose my life? What if my baby loses his life, or one of us loses their lives in the process? Yes, I did. But my faith and my trust was in God, and it was not shaken. I was like, you know what, God, you've always had my back. You've always carried me in my entire life. So I'm not going to doubt you now. I'm not going to doubt your power or your presence. And I literally was just at peace. I was carefree. I was just calm during the whole process, and I just allowed my body to do what it needed to do. So yeah, guys, that's how that was my delivery story. That's how I gave birth via hypnobirthing and via a water birth. Hypnobirthing, guys, is amazing. So I will share more about the hypnobirthing classes in the video that I'm going to do about the birthing center, the costs of it, everything that relates to that. But yeah, hypnobirthing was amazing for me. It was specifically Christian hypnobirthing for me. So I think that really, really helped me, because I believe personally, Guti, if you know how to control your mind, if you know how to tune your mind, then your body automatically responds to whatever your mind is telling you. So if you can have power to have control over this, guys, number one. So yeah, anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. I know you guys watch and you don't subscribe. You watch, you don't like. You watch, you don't even comment. And I'm just like, I see you. Do subscribe if you haven't. Please do hit that like button. Please, guys. It really helps me to reach more people. It really motivates me to do more videos. And most importantly, don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any videos that I post. And I literally have his hands on lockdown because he wants to grab this tripod. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching.